Welcome to Millwood Outdoors. Today's video covers the unpackaging, description, and installation of MyPilotPro spider mount GoPro mounts. And if you hang around till the end, I'll explain why I'm using airplane parts on my UTV. So these products were first designed for aircraft interiors, as the name suggests, but they'll really work on any type of vehicle that has an irregular shape. It's meant to attach to surfaces that most suction cups can't handle. So let's just get this out of the way right off the bat. I'm not sponsored by MyPilotPro, and these packages weren't given to me. I purchased these at the EAA AirVenture 2025. I purchased them right from the MyPilotPro booth with my own money. There was a show special going on, and I got the show special price. And I talked to Marshall Baker, the founder of the company. He's the one that explained them to me and sold them to me. So this bundle that I purchased comes in two packages. The one on my left, this contains what MyPilotPro calls the spider and the spider swivel, and that's integrated into one unit. The second bundle includes this spider, but it has a button on it. And then this button, you can attach this ram mount, and then you have the nut to hold the camera on. For this video, I'm not going to do anything with this one with the extension on it. So for today, we're just going to concentrate on this piece here. My first impressions, these mounts were very reasonably priced compared to the other aircraft camera mounts that I looked at. It was so reasonably priced, I felt like I had to buy it and give it a try. What's interesting is these spiders are 3D printed, and I don't know if you can see this, but they're actually flexible. So that, along with these suction cups, helps it contour to any windshield shape or size. And so most airplane canopies are rounded, and so it has to be able to stick on that rounded surface. The spider, like I said, it's 3D printed. There are versions of this that are stainless steel that are available, but they're at a higher cost. And off-road mounts are available that mechanically mount to the outside of a vehicle or attach to a round bar like a roll cage. So mounting it to the windshield is pretty simple. I mean, you really can't get much simpler than this. I already have the camera mounted to the swivel. The only thing that in this application is you'll want to have that third leg pointing up and not down. Otherwise, when you swung the camera down, all you'd see would be that swivel mount. So really it's just a matter of moistening the suction cups and stick it to the windshield. It's that simple. And then there's little ears or protrusions you can grab onto these suction cups when you have to take it off. So that's about all there is to it. So why don't we go for a ride and see how it works. Well, what did you think? I'm honestly shocked. I I talked to some people who ride UTVs and asked them about different types of mounts, and whenever I brought up suction cups, they said stay away from suction cups. They don't stay up. And so again, this design, it's simple, and it was a good value for the price. It was such a good value. I thought, even though it's suction cups and I've heard bad things about them, I'm going to give these a try. I fully expected going down the trail that the mount was going to slide down the window or it was going to fall off. And as you can see by the footage, this thing was just rock solid. So I'm really happy with it. Are there any cons? I guess I can't really think of anything at the moment. I'm just going to have to put some time on this thing and see how it works. It's 3D printed, so will the spider break? I don't think so. And will the suction cups hold the camera to the windshield over time? I guess we'll find out. But would I recommend it? Absolutely. I think based on the price and this initial test ride, I think it looks great. And I think it'll work good. So it's Labor Day weekend, 2025. We got a little bit of riding left to do this season, so we'll see how it works. And if there's enough interest, maybe I'll do a video at the end of the season and let everybody know how it worked. And I could do a video on that on the second piece of the bundle that I bought when I get the iPhone mount all set up on it. So but I guess one of the questions might be, why am I looking at airplane camera mounts for my UTV? Basically I was looking for a camera and a phone mount for my UTV for a little while here. And I happened to be attending AirVenture, and I thought, well, if I can find a camera mount that's good enough for an airplane, it ought to be good enough for UTV use. So if the camera can stand up to an airplane application, I'm thinking it ought to be sturdy enough for this. You certainly can't have these falling off and rolling around the cabin. And if it can stand up to turbulence, it should be able to stand up to a bumpy UTV trail. Now, you may look at the ride that I took it on and say, well, it looked like it was gravel. It looked pretty smooth. There wasn't a lot of like big, deep gullies and deep holes, but I don't know if the camera dampens that out or what it looks like, but it was a gravel trail. There were some holes, and this spring, those holes were filled with water. I was kind of hoping we could get some water over the windshield, but everything's dried up. So, but there's a lot of high frequency chatter type bumps. And so I really think that this gave it a good test. If it was going to fall off, I would think it would have fallen off on the chatter bumps. If you're interested in purchasing one of these, for yourself, for a UTV, for a passenger vehicle, for an airplane, for whatever, go to MyPilotPro.com. I'll put a link in the description. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure and like and subscribe, and click the little bell on the bottom so you get notified when I come out with new videos. Once again, thanks for watching, and spend some time outdoors.